I might be crazy, but I ain't dumb. This is Crazy Ricky coming at you here at Old Time Garage. Now, y'all remember last time I did a video and I said to y'all, what kind of car is this? Now, some of you wrote in, you said it was a Charger. Some wrote in, said it was a Challenger. And one crazy son of a bitch wrote in and said, I think it's a Gran Torino from Starsky and Hutch. Well, I don't know, boy. I don't know what you've been smoking, but you better go elsewhere. Anyway, you all know I said I was going to tell you the answer on the next video. Well, we all remember that crazy shithead Boss Hogg, and he used to have them two, he had that one sheriff there, Roscoe P. Coltrane, carrying that dumbass dog around. And what about poor old Enos? Enos, all he ever wanted to do was get into Daisy's pants, and can you blame him? Who didn't? We all grew up with this show in the 80s. Now let's not forget about Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse was making moonshine, and he was just trying to keep the family alive and trying to make money, but the old government didn't want that, because the government, well, they're a bunch of cocksuckers anyway. Then you got Bo and Luke Duke. Now, two old country boys just having fun. Well, let's not forget about Daisy, because you've already mentioned her. There ain't no girl hotter than Daisy Duke back in the day. Man, oh man, I tell you, she was just hot. But anyway, let's get to the subject here. The Dukes of Hazzard went off the air, and we all grew up with it in the 80s, and we missed that show so much. Who doesn't miss the General Lee? Now, ever since that show was on TV, a lot of people have cloned the General. Now, some guys have done their own way of doing it, but I'm going to tell you, my good buddy, here we go, you tell him I sent you down. This is Gord at Kit's Trailers and Equipment. Gord is in Aldergrove, BC, and Chilliwack, just down the road from me. Now, he's a good customer of mine right now, and you tell him that Rick from Old Time Garage sent you down. He'll either kick you in the ass and tell you to get out, or he'll give you an awesome smoking deal. But anyway, Gord recently was on the old interweb there, and he found himself a clone of the General Lee. So now, Gord didn't build this car, but he bought it. Now, many people have cloned it, but this guy, he bought it off in Alberta. Well, he took the General Lee to the next level. He did a frame-off, full-blown restoration. So the General Lee is badder than ever, back in town, ready to stomp a mud hole in your ass and walk it dry. So let's check out the General. Here we go. Well, take a look at that, people. There she is. And now, as you can see, the General's got a little bit of extra power added here. We've got ourselves an all-aluminum block 426 Hemi. That's right, I said aluminum block 426 Hemi, punched out to a 472. With a Trem-Mac or Tarmac, however you want to pronounce it, 5-speed in it with a Dana 60 with some real good gears in the back. I believe we're running 423s or 411s. I can't remember now. Pardon me, I did say I was crazy, didn't say I was smart. Let's check this old girl out. All right, so, here we go. Get you guys a close-up view of that. Now there you go, Roscoe P. Coltrane. You come get you some of that. What do you think of that there? We ain't messing around. Now this General, she had a full frame-off restoration, and if you actually crawl underneath this old girl, she looks as beautiful underneath as she does on the outside. She is painted identical outside or underneath as she is inside. She got all new upgraded suspension, disc brakes all the way around. Let's take a look at the interior here. Now, it just wouldn't be the General if you didn't have a 5-speed in there with a shifter. So take a look at that. Is that gorgeous or what, folks? And we come around the back here, and if you remember the General, on the very first episode of the General Lee, when it first came out, it had these two flags on the back of it. And then later on in the show, those flags disappeared. That is actually was on one of the very first shows. If you watch it, that was on there on the General Lee. So actually, if you pay attention real close back in the day and you were watching these shows, some of the Generals were 68s, but the majority of them were 69. So there we go, the General Lee is back. She's badder than ever. Now, we're not taking any credit here at Old Time Garage for building this car, because by no means did we do that. Gord, as I said before, Gord down at Kit's Trailers, he brought us this car, and he was having some wiring issues. So we rewired the whole car for him, and we put Dakota gauges in it. So there we are. So it wouldn't be let's let you guys have a listen here and see what the Joe General sounds like. You gotta listen to the General. Okay. Let's just see if we can get this old girl fired up. Well, there you go, folks. Come on, Roscoe, where are you now? There we go. Now, this car is detuned right now, and it's running around 1,000 horsepower on the street. And Gord's driving the hell out of it and having fun. So anyway, you all remember, Old Time Garage brought you the General Lee. Yeah! Okay, well, remember, it's always a good time at Old Time. Okay, that's a wrap. Somebody get me a beer and a fucking comb for my hair now. I'm out of here.